Well, hey, my friends, welcome to another episode of Little Gene Talking Sports. Figured out what team I'm going to do next. My cousin Jennifer, who lives in Georgia, but she's an Ohio State fan because her husband's a Buckeye fan. So that's the reason I'm doing this video. I know I don't like Ohio State, but I think the other 49 states don't like. But I respect Ohio State. I respect their tradition. They got a great fan base, one of the best fan bases out there. They do. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. I know the folks here in Michigan don't like me, probably don't, hear me saying that, but it's the truth. Um, win national championships and all that good stuff. So they are to be respected. I wish West Virginia would pay them more often. I say that about every team, but I'm going to pay every fucking buddy. Anyway, this is their schedule. And I got my computer up and running, so that's good. I can tell you right now, it seems like Ohio State, they're like Michigan, man. They love to pay these softies right off the bat, man. They don't, believe me, Ohio State and Michigan, they're not going to pay no top team the first game or two in the season. They're just not going to do it. I have a word for that, but I'm being kind here. Hey, West Virginia opened up with Penn State, by golly. I'm just saying, toughen up. Ohio State and Michigan. Anyway, here we go. And they don't really play these soft teams. Ohio State and Michigan can beat anybody in the country. So there's no use sketching these little nobody cares anything about. Hell, Concord College probably could beat some of these teams on this schedule. But here we go. They open the season with Akron. Does anybody out there, can you guys name one player out of Akron? I think, okay, maybe Jason Taylor, maybe. But I think he played for Akron. Akron or Kent State, hell, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's Akron. You got to be shitting me. Akron. No words. Anyway, you're 1-0, Ohio State. Congratulations. You beat the mighty Akron Zips. Oh, my God. You have to be proud of yourselves. Just, it's a beautiful thing, right? Okay, 1-0. Because you're a big win over Akron. Then you play Western Michigan. Love beating on those MAC schools, don't you? I tell you what, I'll give Ohio State credit. They are the king of the MAC. Anyway, they're 2-0. I'm not going to waste my time talking about Western Michigan. Okay, 2-0. Then they play Marshall. 3-0. I'm not going to. I don't like talking about our little sisters. I just don't. I'm not going to waste my time talking about Marshall. Anyway, 3-0 right there. So I hope you Buckeye fans are so proud of yourselves. You beat Akron, Western Michigan, and Marshall. My God, that's a beautiful thing, right? Then you go to a little bit tougher. At least you start your conference schedule here. You go to East Lansing and play Michigan State. Michigan State's going to be vastly improved because Jonathan Smith is a really good coach. You're going to win the game easily. Don't get me wrong. You're going to be 4-0. But it'll be a little bit tougher. I mean, instead of winning by 35 and 40, you're going to win by 17 or 20. But a little bit tougher game. Hey, 4-0 Buckeyes, but you're supposed to be 4-0. Right at that time. Then you play the Iowa Hawkeyes. Definitely a top 25 school. They are almost every year. But at least you got them at the Horseshoe. Is that what they call that place? Whatever. It does look like a horseshoe. So. I'll tell you what, Iowa's going to play you guys tough. I do have you guys winning by 10 to 14 points, but Iowa just, I've said on a couple of videos, I think, if only they had an offense to go with that defense, man, we'd be talking about this team going to the playoffs. But no, they're not going to win it in Columbus. 5-0 Buckeyes. This game, I cannot wait to watch. This is one of the games of the year, in my opinion. I think a lot of people's opinion. You guys go to Eugene, by the way, it's a fine name for a city. There's also a Burns, Oregon. I love it. Anyway, you go to Eugene, Oregon on October 12th. So, no, you're not going. I have Oregon win the whole thing. Oregon's going to win. I think Oregon's actually going to blow them out, actually. I think it's going to be like 28 points at least. I remember years ago, they won't overlook Oregon. Oregon's going to be like top 5. But they did overlook Purdue years ago. Purdue whipped their ass. So They won't overlook Oregon because like I said, Oregon might be ranked ahead of them. But no, you're not going to go in Autzen and beat them. Oregon easily. I'll even bet my $2 on it. Probably all I got in my pocket. So here we go, 5-1. Ohio State. Don't worry, Buckeye fans. Hey, 5-1. Don't bitch about it. God damn. That's the problem with these top teams. They get too greedy. They win all these games. They get a little bit greedy. They think they're going to win every game. Well, that's not possible. Anyway, then they come back home. They have a week off after that, after they're getting pounded by Oregon. October 26th, they played Nebraska. Too bad it wasn't a 70s, 80s, and 90s Nebraska. Man, what happened to them? But they'll win the game easily. They'll rebound and win that game by 6 touchdowns. Well, I don't know about that. They'll win by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Okay, now we're talking about 6-1. I like that. Don't bitch at me if you want to be 7-0. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, then here's a tricky game. November 2nd. You go to Penn State. This is a toss-up. But I'm going to go with Penn State at home. And it's going to be like a 17-14 type of game, 20-17 type of game, I think. But I do have Penn State winning that game. Buckeyes go to 6-2, and I don't, I wish this video would go out to the people in Columbus. I really don't care. What are they going to do to me, huh? Whatever. I got a middle finger for you. And I don't hate Ohio State, not really. It's just that they annoy me, but I don't hate them. Anyway, 6-2. Then you pay on November 9th. You pay Purdue 7-2. I'm not going to waste my time talking about Purdue ought to drop football, and I keep saying it because they're a joke. They're a basketball school now. 7-2. 7-2 is your record. Then you go to Northwestern. It's in Chicago. It's at Wrigley Field because they're upgrading their stadium, which they should. Yeah, they'll keep the game close in the first half, I think, Northwestern. But, yeah, Ohio State will run away with it. So we're talking about, 8-2? 8-2? I know you guys want to be 10-0 in this video, but not in that video you won't. 8-2. I think it's beyond fair to you people out there if you're Buckeye fans. Then, Indiana. Another school that should never be playing football. I mean, really. North Dakota State and South Dakota State are in the FCS, and they deserve to be in the Big Ten over a school like Indiana or Purdue. Because I don't think Indiana can beat North Dakota State or South Dakota State. So here we go. It's 9-2 right there. Congrats. Then the biggest game of the year for the folks in Michigan and the folks in Ohio. By the way, I know Michigan fans and other people says they're Ohio. No, Ohio is the Bobcats in Athens, Ohio. So I hate when they say that. I know it's kind of a, they think they're making fun of Ohio State, but get it right at least. I mean, just saying. Well, I should be talking though. I don't call Pitt, I call them Pittsburgh, but okay. Anyway, but they paint Pittsburgh. And there's Ohio State and Ohio. People just, I don't know. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of people who, because I don't claim to know everything about football. I'm just a big, huge fan, like making predictions. But there's a whole lot of these talking heads. I hate Kirk Herbstreit. I'd rather be shot dead than listen to him. I don't like Stephen A. Smith. He just yaps too much. Skip Bayless is a complete joke. Colin Cowherd I do like. He's smart. He's intelligent. He's the guy I go to usually. And Uncle Lou. I love Uncle Lou. He's my inspiration for doing this YouTube thing. Love you, Uncle Lou. Anyway, 9-2. They're playing Michigan. This is on November 30th. Against Michigan. You saw an earlier video. I didn't have Ohio State beating Michigan. Even though it's going to be tight. It's always going to be tight. Michigan could win this game. A rivalry, they could. That being said, I have Michigan going 9-3. And that leaves Ohio State 10-2. Of course, they'll probably be in the Big Ten championship game, maybe. But if so, they'll have a rematch against Oregon, maybe. I don't know. I have to look into that. But they're still probably a playoff team, Ohio State is. Michigan's probably a playoff team. I just think Oregon's the best team in the Big Ten this year. Can they go to Oregon and win? No. I don't give them a chance at all in that game. Could they go to Penn State and win? Yeah, absolutely. So they could be 11-1. But I have them. I'll give them maybe a one. No, okay, take it back. I'll give them a 5% chance of winning in Eugene. I give them maybe a. I give them almost a 50 to a 60% chance of winning in Penn State. Actually, they have a good chance. We'll see. But that being said, I have Penn State and Oregon getting their ass this year, and I have them going 10-2. Tell me, folks. Almost every fan of any team in this country will go 10-2. If West Virginia goes 10-2 this year, which I do predict, that's a great record. At Ohio State, they think their standards are so much better than everybody else's. That's utter bullshit. Really. I mean, I know they got great history and all that, but I don't buy into that. They have to be 12-0 every year. And this fire Ryan Day, by the way, Ryan Day wouldn't be out of a job very fucking long. He's a great coach. I respect Ryan Day. Look at his fucking record. He has a great record. And they want to get fired because he can't beat Michigan. Well, he did beat Michigan, for a while there. So it's like, lay off his back, man. Besides, firing him probably be giving him a favor anyway. Like I said, he probably can get an NFL job for God's sakes. Getting rid of Ryan Day. My God, you people in Columbus must be stoned all the time trying to get rid of coaches like that. Give me a break. You're going to beat Michigan this year, okay? I just don't understand this mindset. We got to be 12-0 every year, which it's not possible. And we got to get rid of coaches whose wins over 90% of his games. I don't get that mindset. I don't. Anyway, 10-2, take it or leave it. Don't give a rat's ass. You're the Buckeyes. I mean, just saying. Got shitty uniforms too, by the way. But I don't hate Ohio State. I don't. I used to, but I don't hate them at all. I just think their fans expect way too much out of me each year, and it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. I mean, if you get to the Big Ten championship game, you can win 9 or 10 games. That's a very successful season. If you get to the playoffs, which they do have 12 teams in the playoffs this year, that's a very successful season. You don't have to win every game by 30, 40, 45 points. You're just living in a dreamland. That's just not going to happen. No team's going to do that every single season. Michigan's not going to go 15-0 anytime soon. But what does it matter? If Michigan loses 2 or 3 games, if Ohio State loses 2 or 3 games, but gets in the playoffs and win the national championship, doesn't matter. So, just pinpointing that to you Buckeye people out there if you're watching. It's like, you can lose a couple games and still win the whole damn thing. It's your season's not over. Anyway, this is my video on the Ohio State Buckeyes 10-2. I'm favorable. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like I said, I'll keep saying it, but if you guys want to suggest what team I should do next, leave it in the comments, and I'll be right on it. Hell, I don't care if it's Kent State or UMass. I don't care. I'll do the video. Anyway, hell, I might do another video later tonight. I don't know. All depends on what mood I'm in. Anyway, peace out. Rock on, my friends. And as always, this video is dedicated to the coolest cat I ever knew, my brother.